radical. Reduce the square root of 20. You should know how to do that by now. X is equal to -7 plus or minus 2 square roots of 5. If you're still having trouble simplifying radicals, you need to go back and practice. Because this should not be an issue anymore. You shouldn't waste time trying to simplify. All right, now look, what's different about this one? There's not a 1 in front of the x squared, but I want you to notice what is in front of the x squared. What is it?
Perfect square.
It's a perfect square. And what's the last term? It's a perfect square. Let's factor this trinomial. Well, welcome, Reese. Nice of you to join us today. Here, keep this. I need it for next tomorrow. Okay. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 2 times 2 is 4. Watch what happens. What do you get when you put those two things together? Negative 12x. Negative 6x and negative 6x give me negative 12x.
Oh, so you just take the square and root.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Okay.
Wait, what? You took the half of 4 and 9?
No, I took the square root of 4 and the square root of 9. Okay. So this is 3x minus 2 squared is equal to 4. Now let's go through the solution process for this. When I take the square root of both sides, I have 3x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus 2. Now I have two things happening to the x. What do I have to get rid of first? The 2 by adding it, right? Okay. Do not do your plus and minus put together yet. Just leave it like that. I still have a 3 connected to the x. What do? I divide everything by 3. Now, if you can put it together, put it together. 2 plus 2 over 3 would be what? 4/3. 2 minus 2 over 3 would be 0. So x is equal to 4/3 and 0. Okay? Now for time reasons, I'm going to skip over the next couple examples, make sure I get the next thing in, and then we'll come back. All right? Which these are some more of those perfect square things. Okay. You don't have to write this down, but in completing the square, we need to decide what is needed to create a perfect square trinomial. And so, when we are only given x squared minus 4x, we need to know what do I add to that. All right? Well, if you always set it up this way, I'm going to show you how cool. What goes in here is the middle term divided by 2. Well, what's the middle term divided by 2? Okay? And now I'd have to square it to complete the term, but I don't want to square it because I'm going to turn right back around and factor it down. And if you don't square it, whatever number you just put in there, that is what goes in x minus 2 squared.
Why would it be negative?
It's negative because of this sign here. In a perfect square trinomial, I don't worry about the negative when I'm dividing by 2. Okay? I just worry about the number. Because this is always addition. Always. Because if you're squaring a negative, it gives you positive in the end. If you're squaring a positive, it gives you positive, right? Okay. So all we have to do is divide that middle term by 2.
Wait, that's the answer?
That's how we complete the square, okay? It's not the final answer. Right now, we're just figuring out what do I need to add. The red stuff would not be here, okay? This would be what I'm going to come up with. What do I need to add in that set of parentheses? 6 over 3. No, 6 over 2, which is 3. So this factors down to x plus 3 squared. Isn't that easy? It's very easy. Four is what goes in here. What is it, Blake? X minus 4 squared. And why is it minus this time, Blake? In front of the 8. Because it's minus 8. Okay, I want to multiply negative 4 times negative 4 to give me positive 16. And add negative 4 and negative 4 to give me negative 8. You have a question? Okay.
Why do you, when you said in that body square?
Because that's how you make the perfect square trinomial. If you were to write this out, this is your perfect square trinomial, okay? But when we're trying to complete the square, we're going to have to do so much stuff. And then when we start dealing with, you're going to see fractions and decimals, it can get really confusing. So if you just divide this by 2 and leave it this way, then you know exactly how to factor it. What goes in here? You do it by yourself. Figure out what goes in the parentheses and then factor it. Ryan, what does that factor down to?
6.
6? 6 squared.
And then x squared plus 12x plus.
This is what I'm looking for. Okay? Factors down to x plus 6 squared. Middle term divided by 2 and square it. Okay? And most of you say, see, look, there it goes. The decimal. Take the middle term and divide it by 2. 0.4. So this is as easy as that.
It's like 200.
What are the middle terms of fraction? When you're working with fractions, what's the same thing as dividing by 2?
Multiplying by 1/2.
Multiplying by 1/2, right? Dividing by 2 with a fraction is multiplying with 1/2, which means you have this middle term of 1/2 times 1/2, which is what? 1/4. Now, how does this factor? Okay? It is easy, but if I'd have tried to show you all, like, everything today, y'all would all be like, no. Okay. What goes in the parentheses? 3/8. Because 3/4 times 1/2 is 3/8. So I have x plus 3/8 squared. Simply take the middle term and divide by 2 or multiply by 1/2, however you want to say it. Okay, here's your homework. Get your assignment down and we're going to go back to those other examples. I just want you to